YouTubers, what is up everybody? Yeah, long time no see. It's been a while since I've made a video. And I will do my best to stay to keep the daily on this, to keep you guys up to date on what's going on. But I'll try my best. But one of the few times I can make a video. So, let's get it. So, the title of this video, I really have not been talking about, precious metals a lot. And I've had people telling me, like, yo, JRX, why aren't you making any videos on precious metals? Let's get some. So I was like, yeah, they're right. I have not made a video on precious metals in a while, so I need to do one. And they've probably been wondering, you guys have been wondering, like, did he give up on precious metals? Did he just stop? He doesn't give a shit about them anymore? No, I definitely do give a shit about them, but I just feel like I finally reached peace with myself, and I just feel like I've said everything that I needed to say about precious metals. I'm just like, what else is there for me to say? It's gonna go up. But whenever I do find any new information, though, I will make a video on it. Hopefully, because I've just been waking off for the past several months, just not making a lot of videos. But okay. Title of this video. Oh, I need to make a pose for the thumbnail so everybody can see. But yeah, as of now, today, I can say, with all the data I have now, without a shadow of a doubt, definitely guaranteed, positively, absolutely, delightfully, exquisitively guaranteed, as of now, gold will hit at least $22,000 1 ounce, and silver guaranteed will hit at least $1,000 1 ounce. Let me take a picture here. Alright. Okay, hey, man, you gotta have good thumbnails to capture the audience, I suppose. But yeah, the reason why I say, oh, by the way, this is I don't know if you can see that. That's a Freedom Girl. I don't know if any of y'all are aware of Freedom Girl. Is it upside down? That is a Freedom Girl. Yeah. I don't know if you guys watch Truth Never Told, Silver Bullet, Silver Shield. But I really look up to that guy. Chris Duane, he makes amazing videos, and he really makes things that open people's minds, and I highly suggest anybody that wants to know the truth to watch his videos. Truth Never Told, Chris Duane. But yeah, got this coin, and it's awesome. I hold on to this to remind myself of my ultimate goal for buying silver, which is to achieve freedom. And I'll cover more on freedom in my later videos. But okay, so why do I think gold is going to reach $22,000 an ounce, and silver $1,000 an ounce? I've been researching, and I just feel that is the ultimate conclusion. That is the ultimate deal breaker of hitting that price. I'm gonna show charts. I'm gonna show charts to prove. But in my previous videos, I was like, I would be like, oh, it's gonna hit 50,000, 60,000, 100,000, or it's gonna hit 100, 200, 300. But I was always using just what ifs, like theoretical possibilities. But And a lot of other YouTubers do that too, where they just come up with theoretical possibilities. But I want cold hard facts. I want something solid. I want something concrete. I want something that I know is going to hit for sure, so I can go to bed and sleep at night and sleep peacefully knowing that my future will be prosperous. I want to know for sure. So I feel like I have solid evidence to show that, to prove those prices. It's not just theoretical what ifs, possibilities. It is like legit, scientifically speaking, without a shadow of a doubt, satisfaction guaranteed, or your money back. It's gonna hit those prices, guaranteed. Okay, now people are like, all right, come on, tell me. Well, where's the proof? Okay, I will upload the pictures. I will upload the pictures when I'm editing this video. But look at the Dow to gold ratio. Look at our debt, our national debt. The first step is our national debt. I'll show a picture right about now when I edit it. Now you see with these pictures, you notice the national debt. Notice like back in the, I'm just kind of winging it right now. I'm not looking at the picture. But in the 1920s, our national debt was about 27 to 35 billion dollars. Our national debt during around the time of the Great Depression, the stock market crash of 1929. That was our national debt, about 25 to 35 billion dollars. And notice also around that time, that's when gold, the price of gold shot up to 35 or $35 1 ounce. Okay, now I'm going to show 1980. Now look at 1980. I'm showing you these 2 points was because this was the time when gold reached its peak value. This was when gold was able to buy a shit ton of stocks from the stock market. That's when gold was worth about the same amount of value as the points on the stock market. So, at 2 points in history, gold had as much value as all of the companies on the stock market, all of the businesses, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, whatever. The gold had as much value as all of those at 2 points in time in history. So gold was able to buy up all that stuff, just at 2 points in history for only 1 ounce, 1 coin. So in 1980, notice the national debt was around what was it, 800 to 900 billion dollars. And interesting enough, during that time, 1980, that's when gold shot up to about, was it $850? $850. So the national debt in around 1980 was about, I'm winging it right now, what, 870? 870 by the end of 1979. So it was 870, 850, and yeah, and in 1980, at one point, gold did shot up to about $900 at one point, like a small point, and the national debt was about 900 billion, right? Looking at the chart. So yeah, so you can see the correlation. Wherever national debt goes, gold goes along with it. And yeah. So there's reasoning behind that. Gold historically was supposed to keep track of all the money that's been printed in circulation. And the national debt and gold catching up to the national debt proves that. Gold was supposed to keep track of all of the dollars in circulation. That's how it was. You know, you would take your gold to the bank and you would get your 1 ounce of gold to the bank, and you used to get $20 back for it because $20 represented 1 gold ounce. A 1 golden ounce coin. That's how it was supposed to be back then. But the Federal Reserve came in and fucked everything up. Now here... So that's why I say, because our national debt right now is about $22 trillion. So you use the same math. 22 trillion divided by 1 billion, because you have to divide by 1 billion to get your correct answer. People wondering, how did I get 1 billion? Okay. National debt in 1929, 1930, 1932 was about 1934, I think, was about 34 or 30, it was about 35 billion dollars. You divide that by a billion, you get $35. So that's how I got 1 billion. So $22 trillion divided by 1 billion. That is $22,000 gold. $22,000 an ounce gold. Roughly an estimate. But a solid estimate at that. A solid, accurate estimate at that. And historically, silver has always followed gold. Wherever gold went, silver would follow along with gold at a 16-to-1 ratio, or ratio, however you say it, because people always want to correct me on how I say it. So 16. So you divide 16. So $22,000 divided by 16, you get like maybe like what, $1,300 silver. And I use a 16-to-1 ratio because that's how historically it's always been, a 16-to-1 ratio. So whatever gold was, silver was 1/16 of gold. And that happened in 1980. In 1980, it was about it reverted back to the 16-to-1 ratio. It was actually 15-to-1, actually, I think. So it was even better. It was better. 15-to-1 ratio. So silver was 1/15 the value of gold. Okay. But here is the kicker. So there you go, guys. I mean, I gave you all of the evidence right there. So $22,000 gold, $1,000 silver, an ounce. One of these, 1 ounce. This baby right here will be guaranteed, I'm positive, because of the graphs prove it. The graphs and the evidence prove it. This thing right here, this flip a coin, like flip a coin, like, do some cartwheels around the house and, go Two-Face, I believe in the game of luck or anything. This thing right here, guaranteed $1,000. 1,000. So, yeah, just one of those, $1,000. So that's crazy, right? That's crazy that coin right there will be worth $1,000. If you want me to be really accurate, $1,300. Now the thing is, that is right now. That is right now. That's the kicker. The thing is, this the stock market hasn't crashed yet. Shit has not hit the fan yet. Gold and silver have not skyrocketed yet. That is right now. When gold and silver finally do skyrocket and the stock market finally gets out of this crazy ass bubble and pops, where will the national debt be at by that time? See where I'm getting at? So, who knows? By the time gold finally catches up to the stock market, gold and silver, the national debt will be like 27 trillion, $30 trillion. At that point, you're looking at $30,000 gold and what, $2,000 silver? Okay, so I believe yeah, I've said everything I needed to say. What was the other thing? Oh, I'll save that for another video. Yeah, I'll save that for another video. But I have more to talk about, gold and silver. But there is your concrete proof. So, gold will guarantee, as of now, $22,000 1 ounce. Silver, $1,000 1 ounce. Guaranteed right now, at least. Okay, bare minimum. So everybody wondering, oh, you know, James doesn't care about precious metals anymore. I do care about precious metals. It's just I've reached a peace of mind because I know where it's going to go now. I've seen the charts. I have solid evidence. I know where it's going to go now. I've said, I mean, I could talk more. I mean, there's more I want to talk about, but I'm going to save that for another video. So, everybody, thank you for watching. And keep stacking the silver. This is what will make you and your future life and your future generations to come truly wealthy. People are thinking, oh, I want to get into the 401k, or I want to just save my money. Oh, I want to go into the stock market. Don't do it. I just think don't do it, because people want to do that, but it's like you're going to lose out, because if you go into 401ks or whatever they're called, Roth IRAs, that is denominated, that goes by the dollar. You're investing dollars into dollars. And when inflation comes, inflation is going to wipe all of that out. I don't know, you save up $100,000 in the Roth IRA, 401k, but now a dollar is worth like basically the value of a piece of donkey feces. So $100,000, who knows, in the future would only be worth $20,000 because of inflation. So yeah, your Roth IRA, yeah, it went up. You made $50,000, but because of inflation, it's only worth $20,000. And I highly do not suggest investing in the stock market. You're playing with fire right now. The stock market is very close to crashing. It's definitely gonna happen by 2030. By 2030, by that point, the stock market will have definitely gone through a big crash. And 2030 is about 10 years off, 10 years away. And by 2030, the stock market will definitely have crashed. And it's not a long-term investment you want to mess with right now. You're playing with fire. Now, at most, it'll take 10 years for the stock market to crash. But I'm sure I think it'll be even sooner. Maybe 8 years it'll crash. It'll crash within 8 years. So maybe 2028. And probably 2025. I have to look at the charts again. But yeah. So I think I've said what I needed to say. But yeah, don't mess with stocks. That's gonna crash. Don't mess with Roth IRAs, 401ks. That's a bitch. That's a piece of shit. Don't mess with that either. And gold and silver are just the way to go. Preferably silver, but gold will work too. Gold will work too. So I've said everything I needed to say. So. Oh, yeah, another question people might think, when will this happen? When will gold and silver shoot up to these high numbers you're saying? And I've said, I'm gonna say it. Looking at the charts, I'm thinking, because it took between the Great Depression and between 1980, that was about, gold and silver shot up in 1934, I believe. They shot up in 1934, and then it took was it 45 years or 46 years for 1980 to happen, and for gold and silver to shoot up again in value. So it took 36 years. So judging by the charts, you would assume it would be another 36 years before it happens again. So we could be looking at by 2026, gold and silver will shoot up. So by 2026, gold and silver will shoot up through the roof. So that's not very far off. We're pretty close to 2026. I'll be 35 years old by that point. So then if we go by that, so 2026 gold and silver will shoot up, and the stock market usually crashes sooner than that. So you could be looking at by 2024 or 2023 the stock market will crash. So who knows? These are rough estimates. These are rough estimates. It might not be 30. It might not take 36 years for the stock market to crash. It might take 37. It might take 38. It might take 40 or what did I say? Yeah, it might not be 2026. It might not be 2028. It might be 2030 when all of this happens. It's a rough estimate. It's a rough estimate. The graphs, they're not completely like, oh, it's going to happen at 36 years, but it will happen around that area. You see what I mean? Like, you aim for something, you might not necessarily get a bullseye, but you're going to get like pretty close to that bullseye. You're going to get right around that area. So it might not happen exactly 2026. It might happen a little bit later or a little bit earlier. It might be around 2024, 2025, 2026, 27, 28, 29, 30. It'll be around that area. You see what I mean? So I think, so that is basically that's basically the end of this video. Everybody, thank you for watching. Best of wishes to everyone. Keep stacking the gold, keep stacking the silver. And but just know within our lifetimes, like I'll still be able to move and run around and, you know, exercise and be healthy and not be like an old grandpa, you know, walking around with a cane and like, oh, my hip, you know. It won't be that far. It'll definitely be within our somewhat youthful times. So I'm 28 right now. So I'm expecting by the time I'm 40, like, all this should come into play. 40. I have 40. Well, worst case scenario, maybe 41, 42 years old. So it's not too far off, everybody. But thank you for watching. That is all I gotta say. Gotta go to work. Sweet baby Jesus, Lord, help me. I gotta go to work. But oh well. You know, it's what you gotta do. But hopefully by the time silver and gold finally go up, I won't have to work anymore and I can just live and enjoy the rest of my life and be free. I'll cover more on that stuff later. There's more I want to talk about with gold and silver. The next video I'll go more in depth with the Dow Jones and gold and silver. I'll save that for another time. But you guys got the main idea. You guys got the main idea, and you guys know what the big deal is. So we're good. So everybody, thank you for watching. Keep stacking gold and silver. It's gonna go up. Just have faith, because everybody here now has solid proof that they know it's going to go up. So now we all know for sure it's going up. Thank you everybody for watching. Peace out. Have a good one.